Hey guys, welcome. Today we're going to talk about dehydrating food. And this is an old Anasazi recipe. I mean, this is thousands of years old. And this is how Anasazi natives used to store their beef. And this can only work with beef. Don't use chicken. Don't use pork. It can only work with beef. So I've stored this beef. I bought this over a year ago and I dehydrated it and it's still good. Look, there's nothing in there crawling around or anything. It just stores it. And I'm gonna make another video actually cooking with this. Cowboys used to make this. I guess they used to use blueberries, but that's not necessary. All you need is a good cut of meat, which I have here, of beef, and some salt. Anyway, so let's get started, and we're gonna cut this beef. We're gonna wash it really good, and then we're gonna slice it really thin, and then we're gonna hang it. Let me wash this roast off at washing the beef. So just the extra protection. Okay, and then I'm just gonna take this, and I'm gonna slice it as thin as I can. See, just about that thin. Okay guys, so see, this is all my sliced beef right here. I'm just gonna put it on this rack so you can see it. And pull this rack out just a little bit. And so see, I've spiced these very thin. And I'm just gonna put them in my oven. I'm not gonna use my oven for a bit. And I'm just putting sea salt on them and hanging them. This oven stays open just a little bit, see? This is day 4. So, just wanted to give you an update. I'm going to leave this in here for a while. But it's pretty dry. So, hey guys, this has been sitting in this oven for about 2 weeks. I don't know if you can see that. See? It's really hard. About 2 weeks I've been letting that sit in there. So we're just going to gather these and put. Always cook it. But it's a good way of storing beef. Hey guys, so I've had this beef jerky in the refrigerator for a couple of days. It's softened up a little bit, but it's still kind of hard. So what I'm going to do is make a beef stew out of it. I don't know what else to do. I've tried putting it in the microwave. I've tried putting celery with it. And I've soaked it in this water for a couple of days in the refrigerator. So what I'm going to do is try to boil it and see if that softens it up and makes it usable. Otherwise it's usable. You can cook it, but it's still hard. So I'm trying to soften it up. That's what I'm trying to do. And you can make like an emergency meal with it, with some dehydrated potatoes. But let's try this. So I'm just going to put it in a pan of water. See, so we didn't let the broth go to waste that it's been soaking in. I'm going to put this on a medium-low heat. And let's just start boiling it and see what happens. And then I'll make a vegetable. I'm gonna put some, I make this soup all the time in the wintertime. And I usually put corn, carrots, green beans, potatoes. That's about it. Maybe a couple of tomatoes in there, like some grape tomatoes or something. So let's try this and see what happens. We're gonna boil this for about an hour and see what happens. And here we go. We'll check back on this soon. Okay guys, so this has been cooking for a little over an hour. And let's see what it looks like. And it's been on a high boil. So, let's see what it looks like. It's a little softer. Let's see. Still a little hard. Okay guys, so I added another 4 cups of water to this. And let's just boil it for another hour. See, it's still hard. I'm wondering if you shred it up more. Maybe I'll do that. But it is cutting with a fork. So see? But it's still hard. Okay, so let's cook this another hour. Put another 4 cups because I'm going to add potatoes and carrots and corn and green beans. Okay guys, so I set the timer for another hour. And let's just cook this and see what happens. Be back. Hey guys, so this has been cooking almost 2.5 hours. So let's look at this. I'm going to take it off of the heat. So it's a little softer. It's just a little softer. Let's try another one where you can see it. So it's softened up a little bit. All right. So let's make some stew out of this. I'm going to make a beef stew out of this. So it took a while to cook, but hey, at least you can keep this meat and it's still good. All right. So what I'm going to put in my stew, I'll put the recipe in the comment section below. So let's turn it back on. And I'm going to put about 4 cups, or as many potatoes as you want. There's about 4 cups of potatoes there. Let's just throw that in there. And I'm going to put about 2 cups of carrots in there. I'm going to I got this celery out of my garden, and it's late in January. So we're going to put, that looks about a 1/2 cup of celery we're going to put in there. And I'm going to put a 1/2 cup of barley in there. And let me get a spoon so we can stir this up. Okay guys, so let's stir this up a little bit. And we're going to cook this until the potatoes are soft. So that will probably be about a 1/2 hour. I'm also going to add some tomatoes in there. That always gives it a really good flavor. Alright guys, so let's cook this for about a 1/2 hour and we'll come back to it and see if those potatoes are soft. We're going to put a lid on it and cook it. I'm going to tilt this to the side a little bit. We're going to cook this for about a 1/2 hour and we'll come back to it. Okay, see you soon. Okay guys, this has been cooking for about 20 minutes now. And let's just check it to see how soft those potatoes are. Alright, it looks like the barley's cooking. Let's just test one of these just to see how soft they are. Yeah, they're pretty soft. Yeah, perfect. Okay. Awesome. So yeah, if the potatoes are soft, then the carrots are soft. And it looks like the barley's cooking. Let's do this. So yeah, the barley's cooked in there. Let's look at the meat. Let's try that meat. Let's find a piece of meat. Yeah, it's pretty soft. I mean, it's pretty soft. Let me go over here so you can see it. Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty soft. Okay, so now we're just gonna add, I like to add a can of corn. I just add a can of corn in there. And I like to add a can of green beans in there. Those will cook really quick. They're actually already cooked. So let's stir this up. All right, look at, and the barley's cooked. It's looking good. You can always salt and pepper, but I don't usually do that. You can put pepper in here if you'd like. I didn't do that. All right, I'm gonna let this cook for maybe another 5 minutes just so that it'll solidify. And then I'm gonna let it cool off for a good 10 minutes and then it's time to eat. Put that to the side. So we're gonna let that come to a boil again. I'll be back. Okay guys, so this has started boiling again. It's been boiling. I left it on here for about 5 minutes and then it started boiling. So there we go. We got a beef stew going on with that dried beef. All right. Okay. So let me turn this heat off. And now I'm just going to put some in a bowl. Alright guys, put this back on. Let's put the lid back on. I'm just gonna let that cool. Alright guys, let's taste this. So hey guys, we're gonna experiment more with these dehydrated foods. Okay guys, so let's try this stew that I just made. It's actually a soup, because it doesn't have flour in it and it's not thick. So it's just a soup. Okay, that softened it. It took about 3 hours of cooking to make it soft, but it is soft. That's good. Okay guys, we're gonna experiment more with this we can call it beef jerky, dried beef, this old Anasazi recipe. I'm going to try different things. The first way that I cooked it was with some dried potatoes. I cooked it for about a half hour, and that seemed to help a little bit, but it was still tough. And then I tried to microwave it with some water, and that didn't help. It was still tough. And then I put it in the refrigerator with some cucumbers, because that seems to have the most water in it, that it was saturated, and that didn't help. So this seems to be the best way, is just to cook it for a long period of time, almost 3 hours, and that softened it up. So we're gonna play a little more. I don't know, I'm trying to make some other recipes with it. So if you have any suggestions, put them in the comment section below. If you like this content, like, share, subscribe. Have a good day. Bye guys.